Babanam Kevalam Babanam Kevalam Babanam Kevalam Babanam Kevalam Babanam Kevalam Babanam Kevalam.
Welcome to Iloilo's cultural heritage, ancient churches and houses. First off, ancient churches. Number 1. Haro Cathedral. Haro Cathedral is the most familiar one to me in this list. Every time we visit Iloilo, we would pass by this church as it's the closest one to home. The unique thing about Haro Cathedral is the location of its belfry or the bell tower. While most churches will have its belfry right next to the fundamental architecture, Haro Cathedral's is on the opposite side of the street. The stairs at the front of the church lead to the shrine of Our Lady of Candles or Nuestra Señora de la Candelaria and give you a better view of the bell tower. The Nuestra Señora de la Candelaria is the only female image among all the male images in the church. Number 2. Molo Church. Molo Church is known to be a feminist church or church of the women because the images of the saints in the church are all female. Built in 1831, the church is built out of white coral rock and has been well preserved since. It was declared a national landmark of the National Historical Institute in 1980. Number 3. Miagao Church or Church of St. Thomas of Villanova. Miagao Church is famous for the painstakingly detailed sculptural relief on its pediment. The church was built in 1731 and it is considered one of the oldest churches in the Philippines. The Miagao Church is also part of the UNESCO World Heritage List. The style of the church is considered Baroque Romanesque. Most notable is two different bell towers which served as a watchtower to defend the town against the Moro invasion. It is a common misconception, though, that its massive structure was for military purposes, but the truth is, the structure is built in such a way to withstand movement and earthquakes. Number 4. Santa Barbara Church and Convent. Lesser known compared to the ones on this list, the Santa Barbara Church must not be forgotten. It's the only church in Iloilo with a convent still attached to the main structure. The NHCP has also declared Santa Barbara Church as a national landmark. The restoration of the church was completed just recently, and the facade and the interiors all got a major facelift. It's nice to know that these churches are not just being left to be used and dilapidated over time. Number 5. San Joaquin Parish Church. San Joaquin is the southernmost town of Iloilo, so a trip to this church will cost you some time. It's well worth the trip though. The pediment features the victory of the Spanish over the Moors in the Battle of Tetuan. The attention to detail is remarkable. The materials and dyes used for the church body and its pediment are all derived from nature. Considered a national cultural treasure, any plans for restoration to the church must be made known to the National Museum of the Philippines or NMP. However, the most recent renovation left the NMP highly criticized as it deteriorated just after a few months. Let's proceed to ancient houses. Number 1. Nelly Garden. Built in 1928 by Don Vicente Lopez and his wife, Doña Elena Hofelenia. The mansion's moniker is the name of their eldest daughter, Nelly. Upon stepping inside the mansion, you would immediately feel the sense of aristocracy. Perhaps it's the redwood floors, the commissioned portraits, and the bespoke furniture. Something about the place just transports you in time. Photos are not allowed inside the mansion, so you need to come to Iloilo yourself and visit the garden. Number 2. Lizares Mansion. Built in 1937 by Don Emiliano Lizares. The Lizares Mansion is a living testimony to the boom of the sugar industry during the 30s. According to our tour guide, this was the first mansion to have centralized air conditioning at the time. Aircons were not a common thing before, so the mansion utilized ice for this purpose. After 30 years, the Dominicans bought the property and it now serves as the chapel of Angelicum School of Iloilo. 3. Casa Mariquet. Casa Mariquet was built by 3-2 former Vice President Fernando H. Lopez Sr. and named after his wife, Maria Mariquet Havilian. The ground floor was used to be a bank and it does have well-preserved furniture, campaign paraphernalia, and memorabilia. These items are just around the house. Rumors has it, anyone that has illegally brought home an object from Casa Mariquet has fallen ill afterwards and has had to return the items they took. Lastly, Molo Mansion or Yusai Kunsin Mansion. The Molo Mansion, built in 1920s, was formerly owned by Lacson Yusai family before it was passed on to Tumiteo Kunsin Sr. and his family. For the longest time, it was neglected and dilapidated. SM has since bought the property and renovated it and turned it into Kultura store. Iloilo is a province that boasts of its heritage, and this is evident in their preservation, restoration, and promotional efforts of their churches and ancient houses. Indeed, there really is more to Iloilo than just its food and nearby beaches. This is Raymond Terrezo saying, come to Iloilo for the food and stay for the culture.